You want to make sure you have the right tool for the right job. And when it comes to discovering insider threats and attackers, you want to make sure you have a user and entity behavioral analytics tool, or UEBA, and I'm going to show you how that works inside Cloud App Security. Let's take a look. So UEBA is the process to discover insider risk and bad actors using patterns in human behavior and statistical analysis. Now, this is often used to identify the riskiest users in the organization and their potential impact, and doing that automatically. So Cloud App Security has an ability to do this, and we call this the investigation priority score. The higher the score, the more riskier the user becomes. Now, it's interpreting the score based on analysis across the domain controller sensors with Azure Advanced Threat Protection, all of the activity across your cloud apps with Cloud App Security, and the identity activity using Azure AD. And it's scoring alerts based on severity, the popularity across all those users. It's looking to see what's the probability that a specific user will perform a specific activity based on machine learning. And then it's going to assess the damage that a user can cause by looking at what kind of privileges they have, what groups are they a member of, what's their ability to access high-valued assets currently and in the future, and all of that gets bubbled up to the investigation priority score. So let's take a look at this in action. On the main dashboard in Cloud App Security, we have our top users to investigate, and it's sorted by investigation priority score. Looks like Barbara is probably the most riskiest. And when I go to her user page, I can see a lot of activity happening here. Now, I can see she's an accountant in the finance organization. We've labeled her as sensitive because she's a member of the administrators group. And I can drill into each one of these items to get more information. Now, here's her score. Higher the score, the more riskier she is. That's across the last 7 days. I can see how that's compared across the last 2 weeks. And I can also see how she compares to her peers in the organization. As I scroll down, I can see each one of the activities she's performed and how many points that adds to the overall score. And as I click on an activity, I can then get further details around that activity. And here I can see that she's trying to forward email from Office 365 to a third-party email address. And I can also see that she's trying to delete files across Office 365 coming from a risky IP address. And here's some other telemetry about where she's logging in from and other alerts that are tied to her. Now, if we go back to her user page, I can see other activity, DC sync attack, skeleton key attack, all sorts of nasty stuff. If we click on one of these, here I can see that somebody's trying to turn her PC into a domain controller, which is really odd. And we could see that somebody's trying to run directory services replication on that PC. Now I can go out and take a look at her PC directly, and I could see activity across her PC, who else has logged into it, from what IP addresses and what hosts. And here's the other alerts that are associated with her PC. Going back to her user page, I can click on lateral movement paths and see what lateral movement might be happening here with Barbara. And if we take a look at this one, we can see that Scott is an admin on Barbara's PC, which is weird because Scott does not work in IT. Here you can see he's a master scheduler. So he might be compromised. Going back to Barbara's page, I can see other information here. I can even drill into what other accounts might be associated with her account. I can go in and look at what files has she been working with and what she's doing with those files. And going back to the user page, again, all of this can aid in my investigation. Now, I do have some actions I can perform on that user account. And those actions allow me to confirm the user is compromised. So I could go tell Azure Active Directory that this user's identity is a high risk, which means conditional access and the policies can then kick in. I can suspend their account indefinitely in the directory, require them to sign in again, even go out and work with the settings inside Office 365. Now, I also have my CASB set up to connect to G Suite, which allows me to take control of that user's identity across G Suite. Put another app here, Box, Dropbox, WebEx, AWS, whatever it may be. UEBA is extremely powerful. It can really help you in your investigative analysis and your remediation. All right, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Be sure to subscribe so you can be notified when I upload a new video, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.